Hello folks, in this video we'll show you how to print, assemble and paint the Stark Reactor and the mask from the Iron Man costume. Links to both projects are in the description below the video. Unfortunately, something happened with the flash drive and I didn't have a print record and mask assembly. However, there is nothing particularly complicated there. Initially, the mask consisted of two parts, but I divided the upper part into two for ease of printing. First, you need to polish the surface of the mask with sandpaper and files. I used paper with a grain size of 200 and 400. The mask itself is printed with ABS plastic from a little-known manufacturer. Not what I usually use. Moreover, the print quality of this plastic is simply terrible, so I decided to use it in such project, which will consist of large parts of simple shapes and which require processing before painting. I removed the main defects, but some still remained. It will be easiest to fix them with car plaster. Then go back with sandpaper. On the inner side of the mask, we glue 24 parts that copy the internal device. They also need to be properly processed before assembly. Now, after only a couple tens of hours of work, everything is ready. Now we can glue parts consisting of two halves and glue on the masks those that don't have to be bent. But later I still have bent detail that is located in the nose area, in the shape of a mask. Eye sockets. They consist of the outer part with LEDs inserts and the inner part that needs to be printed with a transparent or translucent filament. Here I used a filament called Watson. Now we need a heat gun. Carefully warm up the part and apply it in its place, thereby giving it the desired shape. As a result, it turned out something like this. The author of the project decided to make all these details flat, for the convenience and ease of printing. After bending, they do not fit perfectly, and are glued by side, but in general, it doesn't look bad. Since I already glued everything, the LEDs can't be installed in their places, so you have to work a little with the Dremel tool. Get into the primer. Before this step, do not forget to degrease the surface, for example with alcohol and a cotton pad. This was the first time I used primer for a brush, and I didn't like it that much. It was too thin and translucent. It doesn't show minor defects at all, which later is a bite in the ass. We covered the inside with black acrylic paint. It is better not to overdo it and make several applications without trying to completely paint each area at a time. If you are as new to working with an airbrush as I am, then you will have to get into isolated places with a simpler brush. We apply already prepared steel color paint onto the outside part. Here you can already see the defects on the surface, which were completely not noticeable by touch, and which should have been revealed by the good primer. Of course, I will not plaster, grind and repaint it. It has already taken way more time than I had estimated for this project. Next time I'll just need to be more careful. Now we need only to cover all surfaces with semi-matte acrylic varnish. Now we need to install LEDs. 8 pieces in total, 4 in each eye socket. Each LED is 3 volts, and my power supply is 12. Therefore, the LEDs need to be connected in a circuit of 4 pieces. We connect both circuits in parallel and solder the power wires with the point male connectors on the wire ends. We cover the LEDs with overlays and glue the remaining parts. The upper insert can be fixed using pieces of steel wire or thin nails. Now we have only to stick decorative wires. Assembling the stand. A pair of DuPont female connectors is inserted inside the mount. Now we have to tint the letters so that the inscription stands out against the background of the stand. In the meantime, while the whole thing is drying up, you can assemble the reactor. It consists of 17 printed parts. I printed 2 of these parts, which have LEDs inserts with the same transparent Watson filament. The rest is black PLA. You shouldn't be zealous when filling out these details, especially if the LEDs are not very bright. 30% of infill will be enough. By the way, I had to push as many as 40 LEDs into this model, so that everything would glow as it should. We connect the LEDs in pairs, solder the wires to them and install in the outer ring. Here we have 10 pairs of LEDs. I remind you that power supply is 12 volts. I made 2 circuits, 4 pairs in each, and connected the remaining 2 pairs in series. Now we can wrap decorative coils. For this, a winding copper wire of any cross-section in varnish insulation will be required. Central part has 9 holes. In the center I installed 4 LEDs connected in series, and 2 more circuits of 4 pairs in the remaining 8. We connect these parts and thread the wires from the outer ring through the holes in the base that you will have to drill. We soldered the power wires and closed the whole thing with a lid, which you will need to draw yourself. We removed the excess wire from the coils and installed them in various places. We connect the colored rings together and fasten to the central part. Done! The reactor is assembled. Now you can try to remove excess glue on the coils with alcohol, or be careful when assembling. It remains to assemble the stand. It consists of two parts connected with an M8 bolt and a nut. Finally, that is how the project came together. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. Next video will be ready in a week, so stay tuned. Good luck to everyone and see you soon!